All right, let's get right into it. In this explainer, we're pulling back the curtain on a world that's usually hidden from view, a world of immense power and, well, some very dark secrets. We're digging into the recently unsealed Jeffrey Epstein files, and what they reveal is deeply, deeply unsettling.
You know, this quote, it's become this really chilling metaphor for the whole Epstein scandal. It speaks to a hidden, dirty world of the powerful, and that world, it has just been cracked wide open, exposing a reality that, frankly, a lot of people probably wished had stayed buried forever.
So, to really get a grip on this, we first have to understand the sheer scale of what's coming out. Let's start at the very center of it all, the epicenter of these allegations, a place that, by all accounts, played by its own twisted set of rules.
Okay, so what are we even talking about here? In early 2024, a judge unsealed a massive trove of documents from a 2015 lawsuit against Ghislaine Maxwell. And when I say massive, I mean it. We're talking about a staggering amount of material. Depositions, emails, testimonies, all of it threatening to expose this huge network of alleged abuse involving some of the world's most elite figures.
And right at the heart of this web, a private island in the Caribbean, Little St. James. The files paint a picture of this place, this supposed paradise, as a playground for the world's most influential people. A place where, it seems, the normal rules of society just vanished.
Okay, so here's where it gets really wild. What's so striking about these files is how they seem to reach into every corner of global power. It's like we're seeing these archetypes emerge, figures we all recognize from philanthropy, politics, and yeah, even the world of science.
So let's start with the philanthropist. Think about the public image of Bill Gates, right? The guy saving the world from disease. But then you look at the files, and they paint a completely different picture, one where he's allegedly a blackmail target. There's this one draft email from Epstein that claims Gates was asking for his help with some kind of secret antidote, supposedly to hide an affair and an STD from his wife. Now, for the record, Gates' team has absolutely denied all of this. They're calling it a total fabrication from a desperate man.
Next up, the president. The files suggest a pretty close connection, at least at one point, between Donald Trump and Epstein. Apparently, they found 14 of Trump's private phone numbers in Epstein's contacts. And there's this one really disturbing deposition that alleges Trump accepted an underage girl as a so-called gift at one of his casinos. Trump's team, on the other hand, dismisses all of this as pure political propaganda and makes it clear that he cut all ties with Epstein years ago.
And this next one, this really shows you the insane reach of this whole thing. It pulls in what you might call the genius mind. Honestly, seeing Stephen Hawking's name pop up was a shock for a lot of people. A witness testified that the celebrated physicist attended parties on the island where underage girls were present. Now, his defenders have an explanation. They argue that Epstein was probably just using Hawking's presence as a kind of intellectual cover, to make his gatherings seem legitimate.
So this all begs a huge question. It's not just about who was allegedly involved. The really crucial part is how. How was a system of abuse like this able to operate, seemingly right out in the open, for so many years?
Well, according to the files, one name is absolutely central to the entire operation: Ghislaine Maxwell. The picture painted is that she wasn't just Epstein's partner. No, she was allegedly the architect of the whole recruitment system. She was the one who, they say, brought vulnerable young women into this nightmare.
And the method described is just cold and calculated. A 3-step process, really. Step 1, you target young women who are in desperate financial trouble. Step 2, you lure them in with promises, jobs, help with school, a way out, a better life. And then step 3, you trap them. Often this meant sending them for a massage with Epstein that would allegedly end in abuse.
And this right here, this brings us to one of the biggest questions in this whole mess. When you look at all these powerful men, were they just willing guests, active participants in these alleged crimes? Or, and this is the other theory, were they victims too, caught in some kind of incredibly sophisticated blackmail operation?
The blackmail theory is pretty compelling when you look at the details. Testimonies have confirmed that Epstein's properties were basically rigged. We're talking secret tunnels, hidden cameras, all seemingly designed for one purpose: to get compromising videos of his powerful guests. You take that material, you combine it with the alleged complicity of certain officials, and then you add in the fact that victims were strategically silenced with money. Well, you've just created an ironclad system of control.
So where do we go from here? What happens now?
Let's take a look at the aftermath, because as these files continue to spread, this story is far, far from over.
Well, as you can probably guess, the moment these files dropped, a massive wall of denial went up. The explanations from the people implicated are all over the place. It's a political hit job. The photos are fake, they're AI generated. I was just there for professional networking. Some people have even claimed they were just, photobombed.
So here we are. The files are open, the names are out there, the allegations are absolutely horrifying, but, and this is the big but, when the people being accused are some of the wealthiest, most powerful individuals on the entire planet, it leaves us with one huge, ultimate, unanswered question. In a world like this, will justice ever truly be served?